Well, the WOSCAP project is a very interesting international project which focuses on the peace building and conflict prevention capabilities of the European Union. And by doing a number of studies, both scoping studies, case studies and desk studies, the project hopes to give a better insight how these capabilities can be strengthened.
It is looking at conflict-affected countries that are totally relevant for EU's foreign policy, such as Mali, Yemen, Georgia, Ukraine. On the second hand, it's also looking at areas of intervention that are also key for EU's foreign policy as reflected in the new global strategy, including security reform or multi-track diplomacy, but also looking at salient cross-cutting issues, such as, for example, gender.
We have a set of quite unique studies done in the project, in-depth case studies in conflict areas itself, based on the field work. And that yields, I think, a number of very unique insights in what is going on. And we have been able to judge the different European initiatives from the bottom up, from the perspective of a lot of different respondents.
So we don't only look at whole of society as a topic of investigation, but we also try to use a whole of society methodology. We are very interested in understanding what are the perceptions of communities at the receiving end of intervention.
We are talking about a whole of society perspective to peace building and conflict prevention. We're talking about inclusivity and local ownership. And when we talk about those things and we want to advance on those things, you also need to be inclusive in your design and your setup.
Le WOSCAP, ce n'est pas seulement la recherche, c'est la recherche-action. Il ne s'agit pas seulement des recommandations qui sont formulées à l'endroit des décideurs, mais aussi de la mise en place de plateformes.
The WOSCAP project has established communities of practice in the different countries involved in the WOSCAP project, and those have been very benefit for the project because those have become spaces of trust and knowledge sharing among different stakeholders, including academics, peace practitioners, gender practitioners, EU officers, civil society.
Parce que la crise malienne est politique, elle est militaire, elle est aussi sociale. Et sa résolution demande aussi l'initiation de nombreuses réformes. Donc, seule une approche sociétale, globale, holistique, intégrée, peut permettre d'embrasser ces différentes dimensions. Et l'accord de paix qui a été signé entre les parties, ou l'accord pour la paix et la réconciliation nationale, prend en compte ces différentes dimensions. Donc le WOSCAP est bien adapté pour le Mali et permet, en insistant sur les éléments d'appropriation, d'efficience, d'efficacité, de pertinence des différentes propositions, donc de faire face aux conflits et d'y apporter des solutions durables.
It is very promising that the EU is listening to Ukrainian society, and in that dimension, in that regard, I would say that we are witnessing now first elements of this whole of society approach in the dialogue between European Union officials and society in Ukraine.
For the sustainability of peace, it is important that local actors dream, build, and own those processes of peace building.
We hope that in the future, this whole of society approach or idea and the principles actually underlying this approach will become the norm instead of the exception in the area of conflict prevention and peace building, so that you will see more and more actors involved in this field taking on a different view, a more inclusive perspective that can really address root causes of conflict.